that's a heck of a lot of pain to go through, and something must have been driving you. Looking back now, being older and more mature, and looking back at your 20-year-old self, what do you think was the driving force to get you through, bloody boots and putting methylated spirits on your wounds and injuring yourself and training 7 times a day? What was driving you?
So if I was to look back at it, right, what kid who's 17 and 10 days joins the military? Like, I don't know if it was as much as running from something, part that, but it's also like, things at home, I guess, weren't perfect. And didn't really make sense of that. And I firmly believe that any of the guys in special operations, the operators, right, and even a lot of the infantry guys, go in there. I say special operations because if you're in infantry long enough, you're really going to work your ass off to like, if you're super passionate, you want to be the fucking best you can be at this in that game and sphere, you will strive to be in one of those, special operations unit. And the reason you do that is because I feel firmly you were not safe as a child. And I feel like that 100% has always pretty much pointed true. It wasn't until a long time later, after a very heavy, hard fucking road of working all this stuff out, that I realized that, so emotionally as a child, very void environment, bit of bullying. And as a result, I'd learned to kill all my emotions. It made me really good in the military to get in. Made me really numb as well, because the body and the mind, soul, emotions, everything's connected. Made me really good at being emotionally numb too. It took me a bit. It made me softer initially. Like, it wasn't hard to break me because I was constantly being prodded. So I was a weak shell. But eventually that shell just fucking hardened. Now, why does anyone join the military? And why do they punch up to go to this? Why do they join at 17 and 10 days? To get away from something, majority, and to make themselves harder. Why do they pursue that role? To make themselves unbreakable. Like, to be able to defend themselves like a, like, the word, I won't use that word, I know your audience, but like to make themselves unbreakable so that no one can ever hurt them. So I have a strong belief that all these guys that get in there actually come from either, really hard childhoods in some capacity, and probably almost definitely some kind of a level of tier of an abuse or 3 or 2 or 3, like physical, sexual, emotional, something like that. Like, why would you put yourself through hell? Because at the end of selection, we went through like proper hell. Like, it like, there's not a single person who finished ours that was like, oh, that wasn't so hard or whatever. It was a fucking nightmare.